we want this arm over here where you connect bicep to bicep, okay? Now, when he's all tucked in here like this, if you try to isolate this arm here, good luck with that, okay? We've all tried this kind of stuff here. It never works. He's staying very reserved like he should. So one of the ways we can start isolating this arm is to change angle. Go towards north-south. Now watch what happens when I change my arm configuration here from the cross face. I bring my elbow across, and this one here, I block the hips so that when I start moving towards the north-south, he can't follow me with his hips. So I have a wedge on the hip. So now as I walk towards north-south, he tries to follow, he can't. Now that I'm here, look at the elbow, how I can lift it up off the ground, up him up onto his side, and I have a wedge under his armpit, and you can see how I'm starting to isolate his arm. You guys see that? These are the skills that I was mentioning before. It's not good enough just to get to side control. You need to be able to control the arm, you see, and separate the limb, the arm, away from the body. If you don't have this prerequisite skill, you'll never get to a submission. But anyhow, here, obviously I can't stay here like this because he's gonna tuck everything in and explosively turn towards me and free that arm, right? So once we take the control of that arm, we need to transition to the figure 4 lock, okay? So we can lock that position in. Let's see what it's all about. Again, so here, he's all tucked in, you know, beautiful. I'm in cross mount here, but I can't isolate the arm, so there's no submission here. So I take my arm out, go towards north-south, wedge my forearm under his tricep, like so, and then bring his arm across, basically hopping him up onto his side. And now from this position, I recommend you stay on this angle here, where he's on his shoulders. Move towards the hips and connect your whole body alongside his body here. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for him to try and turn in towards you to free his arm. Now from here, using my body weight, pushing that arm forward, I go under his head positioning, and we're looking for this wrist control, and then establish the full figure 4. This is where I have control of his arm completely, okay? Now I can come back into that cross angle onto my knees and get my chest directly behind his shoulder blade. You see how I'm kind of over his body here? This is not good. I want to just take it back and change level and wedge my chest behind his shoulder blade. Now, with the figure 4 lock on the arm, combined with my chest positioning and whole body wedged behind his shoulder blade, he's done here. He can't turn back into me, right? It's a losing battle for him, okay? Now this is where we're starting to get to that seated head and arm position, okay? Where you have access to his back, to an even better position. You have access to triangles, arm bars, strangles, all of that good stuff start opening up once you get to that seated head and arm position. So here, I slide my knee, like so, and I just sit on my butt. Now, what you've done is you've taken all the weight off your left leg, here. We want to throw our leg over, like so. That's what we want to do. Don't be put off by him connecting his elbow and knee together here. It's a losing battle for the bottom person. You're eventually going to get your leg over. Why? Because you have an unweighted leg here, see? Eventually, he might put up some initial resistance, but he's going to lose that. Once you get your leg over, I recommend if he lifts that knee off the ground, the bottom one, just hook there. If he keeps the knee on the ground, just stay close. The moment that knee comes off the ground, hook that far hip. This is where you keep everything tucked away. When you throw your leg over, don't just leave this dangling about here. He's going to hold onto your ankle and place you in half guard. Not the end of the world. I'll still take his back because he's just given me a back control hook here if I take him to his back. But anyway, if I want to continue on with arm bars or something, let go please. Here, leaning off the ground. Yeah, try and get me in half guard now, using the arm. You guys see? All right. Now, once I have him here, I can lift his shoulder off the ground. Okay, make way for that bottom leg to come through. And now what do we have, guys? This is the seated head and arm position. I have control of his upper body. I have two unweighted legs where he can lock his hands together, and I can use my legs to start separating the hands. You see that? Remember I mentioned at the beginning how we can use our legs against them? We can transition to, from here, triangle chokes, okay? We can transition to arm bars, okay? All the rest. But for now, lock your hands, please. I want you to just get to here and feel the control. If he tries to bridge over my leg, no chance. If he tries to roll away from me, no chance. If he tries to turn into me, no. I can control him from every angle here, okay? While my legs are free to start attacking him with a submission. Clear enough? Let's see let's take it back from the very beginning and see this again. So here, beautiful, we have the control. Let's back up a little bit here. Good. We have the control, which is fantastic, but control doesn't seal the deal. We want to get this guy to tap out. Okay? We want the submission. Okay? Don't be just content with pinning somebody. Next level is to submit them. Okay? Ultimately. So we change our arm configuration, like so. Walk towards north-south. Here. Good. Okay. Now, doesn't matter how tight this elbow is wedged up against his body here, you're always going to get a space here between his elbow and rib cage. That's where your forearm slots into position, like so. And now from here, I just basically drive his arm across the center line. You don't necessarily need to lift his shoulder off the ground or get him completely onto his side. Just here is enough. Now, once you get into this position, now we move, connect hip to hip, so that you have your whole body wedged up behind him so that he can't explosively turn in towards you, okay? If you stay on this cross angle here, he's more likely to be able to turn back into you. So once you're here, let's turn around. Yep, there's a few details here. Once you're here, don't search for that wrist like this. You probably lose control. So what you want to do, you see how his tricep is wedged up against my chest? I use my whole body to bring that wrist to my hand. Here, bam. Grab the wrist, get your figure four, tighten everything up here, come back to cross. Here, now get your whole body behind him. Here, you're kind of over the top, all right? So what you want is to just loosen up a little bit here, back up, and drop your chest level down. And wedge everything behind his shoulder blade. Now you have full control. He tries to turn into you now. Good luck with that. All right? Let's turn around a little bit. Now, I'm on my knees. I just slide my knee behind his shoulder blade, like so. Okay? And now from here, we're lining that left leg up, throw it over, hook that far hip, like so. Lift him up off the ground, so you make space for your bottom leg to come out. And voila, we're in the seated head and arm control. I just want you guys to feel the control here for now. Where he'll try and bridge over or something, try anything, just feel the control.